everybody. It's Matt O'Neill with Matt O'Neill Real Estate. Today I am with one of the true professionals for real estate here in Charleston, Angela Miller. Angela, I know you've been selling real estate between Georgia and South Carolina for many years. You're a broker, and you've got a lot of knowledge when it comes to helping home buyers and home sellers. But today we're going to focus on home buyers. You were just telling me there are 3 professionals that could cost a home buyer tens of thousands if that professional made a mistake. So let's start. Who's the first professional that if they do a bad job could cost a buyer tens of thousands?
Hey Matt, I think the most important professional at the very beginning is the lender. The lender can cost your buyer tens of thousands of dollars due to the fact that they're not listening to their needs, and they could cost them by the loan product that they give them, closing cost, and interest rate.
So, and it may not seem like a big deal if the interest rate is, let's say, 5% instead of 4.75%, but over a 30-year term, how much could that end up costing?
That's thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it could be $50,000
Absolutely.
if the interest rate over that period of time is compounded just because we didn't have. So how do you get your buyers into a competitive interest rate?
I asked them to interview a couple of lenders that will best suit their needs and their personalities. I want to make sure that they fit well with each other. I work with top lenders in our industry that could also save and give them back money in closing costs at the closing table.
So yeah, some of the lenders that you recommend not only are going to have the most competitive rates, but actually would give them some money at closing to help pay for closing costs as well, right?
That's exactly right.
So the lender is very important, but once we get that secure, who's another professional that could end up costing a buyer tens of thousands if they use the wrong one?
My opinion, the second important person is going to be your home inspector, even with the new home construction, because I tell people humans build houses. So in all aspects, you have to get homes inspected.
Yeah.
So we work with top professionals here in the area that we recommend to our buyers and all.
So let's just use an example. A home inspector missed possibly water intrusion around a window. And that one repair, let's say it goes undetected for years. And how much could that end up costing if we had just a small amount of water intrusion at a window that was unchecked for years?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yes, because that's getting into mold and mildew, and you're tearing out the exterior plus the interior, termite damage.
Yeah, because that moisture could attract termites, or it's possible the flashings on all the windows were installed incorrectly.
That's right.
And if the right home inspector, if they had found that on the front end, could have, 1, recommended the flashings be put on correctly, and 2, stopped a small leak before it became a big problem, right?
That's exactly right, Matt.
So how do you pick the home inspectors that you would recommend? And do you have one that you use as a go-to, or do you have multiple?
I have several.
Yeah.
I keep them busy, so I have to have more than one in my pipeline.
Great, but these are people you've worked with for years.
Absolutely.
So you know their credibility, their quality.
Their integrity.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. That's the first 2. Who's the third professional that if they choose the wrong one could cost tens of thousands?
A real estate agent.
Okay.
All of our buyers need their own representation. A lot of buyers think that if they go straight to the listing agent, they're going to save thousands of dollars, which in fact is not necessarily true. And they need representation, just like if you were to go to court, you have to have somebody that's taking care of your best interest.
But isn't it true that the buyer doesn't typically pay the buyer's agent, that the seller actually pays the buyer's agent? So isn't it usually no cost to the buyer to have their own representation?
That's exactly right. The seller's paying all of our commission.
So how could choosing the wrong agent cost a buyer tens of thousands?
Without the right agent, they wouldn't know what product to look for whenever they're showing them the home, listening to the area in which they want to be in, also setting them up with a great inspector.
So let's just use an example again. So we've got a buyer, and if the wrong agent's in place, maybe they don't flush out that this buyer's looking for a community that would be great for the children to play in or grow in, or that being really close to water and activities or golf is really important, and the wrong agent who doesn't know the area puts them in a neighborhood that they don't really love. I think that could project out maybe even 2, 3, 4 years down the line, where Now that buyer doesn't love their home, they have to sell it and then try to find one they do love. If they'd had a great agent on the front end, that could have saved them that trouble. Right?
I agree with you 100%.
And then when they go to sell, they've got all the fees and costs with selling, so that really could end up costing a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if the market kept going up, the house they should have bought in the beginning now is worth tens of thousands more 5 years later when they could have just bought in the beginning.
That's
right?
so true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're a great real estate agent. If you're thinking about working with a great agent to help you buy a home, Angela Miller is one of the best. And if you need to contact us or Angela, you can go to our website, mattoneilrealestate.com, or 843-619-0401. Thanks so much, Angela.
Thanks,
Good to
Matt.
see you today.
You too.